Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Smithville Fiber Internet, streaming TV, home security and automation in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Maller Grodner Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis. lawmg.com. IU Center for Rural Engagement, extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnership with communities and organizations. rural.indiana.edu. And by WTIU members. Thank you.
Coming up on Indiana Newsdesk. The ACLU of Indiana is filing a lawsuit to stop a new Indiana law that bans transgender surgeries and gender-affirming care for minors.
This is a dangerous law. This is a cruel law. This is a law that we hope to enjoin.
The governor signed the bill into law on Wednesday.
Coming up, the harrowing stories of the survivors of the Sullivan County tornado and how the community is coming together to move forward.
And a Teamsters strike at food distribution giant Sysco in Indianapolis is in its second week with no end in sight.
This is the first time since I've been here that we've ever had to go on strike. They've always negotiated with the union, and this time they just don't want to do it.
Teamsters in Louisville have also begun striking against Sysco. We'll have these stories plus the latest news from across the state right now on Indiana Newsdesk. Welcome to Indiana Newsdesk. I'm Joe Wren. Communities across Indiana are still cleaning up from severe storms last weekend that unleashed nearly 24 tornadoes. The city of Whiteland and Johnson counties suffered significant structural damage, and the campground at McCormick's Creek State Park in Owen County will remain closed for some time after a tornado destroyed the area, killing 2 campers. But perhaps the worst hit community was Sullivan, where 3 persons lost their lives. We're joined now by reporters Liz DeSantis and Clayton Baumgarth for team coverage of the storm from Sullivan. Hello, Liz.
Thanks, Joe. The devastation around me here is from Friday night storm. It's just everywhere. I spent the weekend talking to folks about surviving the storm and the devastation it left behind. Hoosiers sheltered in place Friday night as 22 tornadoes swept through 18 counties.
We were actually in our bathtub with a mattress over us.
5 are dead, 3 in Sullivan County and 2 in Owen County. But hundreds more had their lives turned upside down.
I'm just totally devastated and traumatized. There's no words to describe what I feel. I'm numb. I'm thankful to be alive, but we've lost everything in a split second.
In Sullivan County, more than 200 buildings are severely damaged.
It's absolute carnage. You're seeing things here that you'd see in a movie.
The winds of the EF3 tornado topped 155 miles per hour.
Once we saw the storm and how potent it was, we upgraded that tornado warning to what we call a higher end version. It's called a considerable tornado.
And many residents only had a few minutes to prepare.
We had no warning, no time to get shelter, really. I got them to the bathroom, and within seconds, it hit us.
The tornado in Sullivan traveled on the ground for 8 miles, leaving a trail of destruction.
This, was my house. That's the saddest part about it, too, is I just bought this a year ago. Now I'm probably going to have to tear it down and start over.
Emergency teams traveled from across the state to help with search and rescue, from Fort Wayne to Evansville. Even the governor toured the disaster area in the southern rim of Sullivan after declaring a state of emergency in Sullivan and Johnson counties.
This is a all-hands-on-deck effort, and will continue to be. It won't just be we're dropping, parachuting in one day and gone the next.
More than 1,000 volunteers arrived to help over the weekend, and the city is receiving so many food donations that the mayor says no more.
We appreciate the support, but this is long
long-term recovery, right? This can't be an emotional thing where everybody jumps on now. We are going to need your help today. We're going to need your help a week from now. We're going to need your help months from now. We're going to need your help years from now. So we're going to need a steady supply of resources.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Liz DeSantis.
Thanks, Liz. Our Clayton Baumgarth also has spent time in Sullivan talking about the storm's aftermath.
Thanks. That's right, Joe. We are here in Sullivan, and after the initial shock of devastation is gone, residents are starting to move forward. I spoke this week to people that were displaced by the storm and also learned more about recovery efforts. Furniture, destroyed vehicles, bare foundations. You'll see these things in Sullivan in the wake of last week's tornado. And all around the debris field, you'll also find people picking through what remains of their homes and their lives.
We're blessed that we're alive because, you can replace anything. You can't replace yourself. So very thankful for that and very thankful for all the volunteers.
Lisa was one of the lucky few whose home wasn't completely leveled last Friday. She even stayed in it over the weekend until inspectors informed her that the rafters of the structure were compromised and that the home is unfit for living.
The house is 1916. That's when it was built. Yeah, I just love the house. Well, I don't want to see it have to be tore down, but if it's structurally compromised, I don't want to be in it either.
We spoke with a number of those affected by the storm, and many were understandably uncomfortable being on camera during such an emotional time. One resident shared the story of her son's harrowing effort to protect his newborn child.
They took our 8-day-old granddaughter and put her in a car seat, and they stuck her in the tub, and my daughter, Sierra, she hovered over her with a blanket.
After the tornado passed, the family helped their immediate neighbors, then rushed down the street to take shelter in a neighbor's basement.
With all his adrenaline, he kicked down the door, and there was a couple people in there, and he said, "I've got an infant. Do you have a basement? We need to find shelter." And they went down there, and they stayed there.
In the aftermath, the community came together to help those in need. They started by getting a head count and searching for those who were missing. In the end, 3 people were found dead. Volunteers then focused on cleanup and supplies for those in need. The Civic Center was transformed into a one-stop shop for everything those displaced by the storm might need.
We have shopping carts, we have totes. They can take 2 items, they can take 1,500 items. As long as they get what they need and what they want, we're pushing people to take as much as they possibly can.
The school district was on spring break when the tornado hit, and students returned to classes after a 2-hour delay on Monday. A daycare also kept its doors open, even though the owner's family was directly hit by the tornado. She says that giving kids a sense of normalcy is a large part of the healing process.
It just makes them feel safe. It takes them back to their safety net. It takes them back into a normal routine, normal life, just like us. Routines are patterns.
High schoolers were also allowed to take a field trip to volunteer their time helping around the city, including assisting in cleanup or working in the Civic Center.
The high school today, we had over 200 kids volunteer at down there at the site where the tornado hit.
The city is still under a curfew, and according to the administrators, will continue to be for as long as it takes to keep people safe.
I talked about the supplies and the different things coming to the city and coming to assist these people. But I can't stress enough, long-term recovery. We're here for the long haul.
Mayor Clint Lamb spent time speaking to the community and communicating with government officials. Governor Holcomb, Senators Todd Young and Mike Braun, and Congressman Larry Bucshon all visited throughout the week. They all spoke of their efforts to get state and federal dollars into Sullivan.
Republicans and Democrats, the entire congressional delegation intend to work together to advance whatever declaration the governor might seek, and it remains to be determined exactly what time frame we're dealing with.
Holcomb declared a disaster emergency in counties all over Indiana. The state now has to compile data from all areas affected by Friday's storms to submit for federal dollars. It is unclear when that money will be approved. And while residents wait for that assistance, the reality of just how much life can change in an instant sets in.
You see it on the news, you go and help people, but when it hits home and it hits your kids, my whole life is in there. It was in that bathroom, and I know that God took care of them. They took care of them. I'm just grateful that they're alive.
I'm joined now by Sullivan Mayor Clint Lamb, whose community was so devastated by this tornado. Thank you for joining me on this. To start, has there been any word on the status of state and federal assistance coming into the community?
It's my understanding that yesterday afternoon, Governor Holcomb actually asked the president or whatever sent out to D.C. His formal request for an expedited FEMA response. And, you know, as a mayor, you're never 100% prepared for this type of disaster, but you learn a lot as you go, right? So there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of different agencies that we're working with as far as Area 7, EMA, local officials, state officials, all the different departments, the Department of Homeland Security, FEMA directly, so to speak. And now, basically the big hole is here with the governor sending this out to D.C. But want to make sure people understand that when people think FEMA is here, FEMA is not quite here. They were here over the weekend. They came back to do a windshield assessment. It's my understanding they have to do that first. And you got to remember they're taking care of 21 counties as well. As mayor, I'm going to continue to fight and expedite as many resources as I can here for the folks of the city of Sullivan. But I do also understand there is a process, and we're doing the best we can to hold tight.
Of course. We also know that earlier, kind of mid this week, we had some more severe weather come through the area. Sure. Can you kind of talk to me about how that went for you guys? I know there was a lot of preparation going on with tarps and totes.
Tarps and totes was obviously kind of the key from Tuesday and Wednesday. Also just being taking care of a lot of anxiety, right? There were a lot of anxious people in the community, and for very good reason. They'd just gone through such a traumatic event. The folks themselves that went through the traumatic event, but also now it's everybody's on edge, right? Because anytime there's thunder or any type of a storm, they're ready for that, or trying to be prepared for that. But yeah, it's my understanding that the storms from Wednesday really did not affect any of the recovery efforts. And if you look around here, I never thought in a million years I'd say that a disaster area is looking pretty good, but a disaster area is looking a lot better than it was, and each day it just continues to get better, and that's because of the resiliency and the resolve of the people of this community, also the love and support where they've had places to go, and also folks from the federal government, the state government, and local resources all coming together. We live in a society where it's very polarizing, and a lot of people don't maybe have faith and trust in government, but they're always the first to come up to City Hall, and we're willing to step up and take care of them, because government isn't just this magical, mystical creature. It's people. It's your mayor, it's your governor, it's your president, it's your congressman. We're actually people too, and we just want to step up and help.
You mentioned the site, and it is looking a lot more cleaned up in the last week that this has been going on. You talked a lot about long-term recovery. Sure. Do we have an idea on when this short-term recovery, this cleanup, maybe the turning back on of utilities in this affected area, when those things might be completed?
It's my understanding that utilities are gradually starting to come back, right? Duke Energy, you've seen linemen, and we're standing here close to a brand new pole, right? So we're trying to get utilities back in the area, water back in the area. Ohio Valley Gas, obviously, is another utility company that we got to get back here in the area. So it's being expedited pretty quickly here at the ground level. What we're really doing now is people are starting to mentally and emotionally transition to long-term, right? Up until about Tuesday, we were in just crisis, panic, and total despair, right? Tuesday, the sun started shining, just like it used to here in the city of Sullivan, and now it's really shining brighter. So I think people are feeling hopeful, they're feeling optimistic. We're kind of in that honeymoon recovery phase, but I also know it's going to get rough, and there's going to be some people that become disillusioned. I would love to stand here and tell you for sure it's going to be a 3-week process, a 4-week process, but also I couldn't have told you last Friday that I'd be standing with you Saturday and having the discussion we're having as well.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for talking with us. I know you're busy, so I appreciate it. Live from Sullivan for WTIU and Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Clayton Baumgarth.
All right, Clayton, thank you very much. On average, the U.S. gets more than 240 tornadoes from January to early April. This year, that number has nearly doubled. Indiana Public Broadcasting's Rebecca Thiel reports scientists still don't know much about how warmer global temperatures will affect tornadoes in Indiana, but they are seeing some trends.
Tornadoes are quick, local events, which makes them hard to study. Austin Pearson is a climatologist working for the Midwestern Regional Climate Center and the Indiana State Climate Office. He says we don't seem to be getting more tornadoes overall, but there's more variability from year to year. Pearson says tornado outbreaks, or several tornadoes clustered together in a short amount of time, are also on the rise.
Primarily due to some of the warmer temperatures, but also the storm systems that we have coming off the Rockies. So we get some of these larger events that happen.
Experts at Yale say historically nearly 80% of tornado deaths have been associated with these outbreaks. Tornado Alley is also shifting eastward from states like Kansas and Texas to states like Arkansas and Mississippi. That means Indiana will have more days per decade that are favorable for a tornado.
So if it's shifting a little bit further east, we've got some higher populated areas. And so with that, we can definitely see additional storm damage as a result.
For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Rebecca Thiel.
Coming up next on Indiana Newsdesk. A strike at food distribution giant Sysco in Indianapolis is well into its second week with no end in sight. And the ACLU of Indiana is filing a lawsuit to stop a new Indiana law banning gender-affirming procedures for minors. These stories and more right here on Indiana Newsdesk.
A good girl is polite and obedient.
Oh, peacock. Too much? Not enough.
She terrifies me.
It doesn't seem at all bad to me.
My dear lady, please forgive me.
I'm not your dear lady. You really think you're something?
I am something.
We shall seize the moment.
Let's set this palace on fire.
Draw your arrow to the head!
We're running out of time.
Oh, God!
I already feel so empowered. We could just live happily ever after, but that would be no fun at all.
Welcome back to Indiana Newsdesk. The ACLU of Indiana is filing a lawsuit in an attempt to halt Indiana's gender-affirming care ban for transgender youth before it takes effect July 1st. Benta Boutier has this report.
The ACLU of Indiana says Indiana's gender-affirming care ban violates the 14th Amendment because it discriminates on the basis of sex, violating the Equal Protections Clause.
The legislature did not ban the various treatments that are outlined. It only banned it for transgender persons.
The U.S. Supreme Court upheld employment protections for transgender people in a 2020 decision. The new law bans gender-affirming surgeries which aren't provided to minors in Indiana and gender-affirming medicinal care. That includes hormone therapy and puberty blockers. Under the law, care providers wouldn't be able to refer patients to out-of-state providers. Care providers would also be subject to civil litigation, medical licensing board discipline, and enforcement action.
If we are unable to provide this care, that's going to be devastating to us as providers who know and see the life-saving nature of this medically necessary care.
Beth Clausen is the parent of a transgender daughter who began living as a girl 7 years ago. Clausen says the looming threat of this litigation has taken a toll on her daughter.
A lot of times she comes home and she's like, what is the point of this word problem when the actual problem is that people don't listen to me and don't believe me and don't think I should be here.
The lawsuit was filed in a federal court Wednesday after the ban was signed into law by Governor Eric Holcomb.
This is a dangerous law. This is a cruel law. This is a law that we hope to enjoin.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Benta Boutier.
The ACLU is representing care providers, transgender youth, and their parents in the class action lawsuit. Thursday will be an e-learning day for Monroe County Community School Corporation students as more than half of the district's teachers have requested the day off. They plan to attend the Indiana State Teachers Association's Pack the State House event. That's where educators and public school advocates will rally, asking lawmakers to prioritize public school funding and address the teacher shortages. In a letter to MCCSC parents, Superintendent Jeff Oswald apologized for any inconvenience. He said the root cause for the change in instruction is not teachers, but a lack of legislative support for education.
This is requiring administrators and teachers to have to engage in advocacy at greater levels, and that comes at a cost, right?
MCCSC has conducted asynchronous e-learning instruction days before, but not at a district-wide level. Enrollment in Indiana's public school districts is up about 3,000 this year, but that's still more than 18,500 less than it was before the pandemic, when enrollment in 2019 was just a little more than 1 million. The most common reason for the decline in student transfers to non-public schools. From 2016 to 2020, the Monroe County Community School Corporation's enrollment was stable at more than 11,000 students, but dropped by about 700 students in 2021.
We're not on an island, you know. There's been an average trend down, and if you take a look at most districts in the state, especially most larger districts, you see a very large trend down, especially since 2020.
He adds that the trends downward make it hard for schools to budget or increase services. Chief Deputy Phil Parker is accusing the Monroe County Commissioners of being dishonest and saying the selection committee had voted unanimously to select DLZ as the firm to design and build a new jail. Now, he says members of his department had not voted, but commissioners say the sheriff's office should have voiced concerns earlier.
And did anybody think to just pick up the phone and say, look, we have a concern about how this has been presented? Not one person.
The commissioners recommended that the committee that selected the firm reconvene, but a date for that has not yet been scheduled. Commissioners also approved an agreement with DLZ for site review and evaluation. DLZ will eventually create a master plan for the jail. Fiber internet service provider Gigabit Now's high-speed connection is starting to be available to Bloomington residents. The city says connections are now available for 100 homes in the South Griffey neighborhood of Bloomington. A minimum of 85% of homes and businesses in the city should be a part of the fiber access network by 2024. Food is still rolling out of Sysco's Indianapolis distribution hub despite a nearly 2-week-old strike. Indiana Public Broadcasting's Adam Yahareas reports the union says it's willing to hold on as long as it takes, despite rippling impacts to Indiana and beyond.
Many restaurants and school cafeterias rely on Sysco's deliveries to keep fresh food stocked.
Dairy Queen in Lebanon, Indiana posted that they had to close yesterday because their delivery drivers were on strike.
It's not the only Dairy Queen affected by the roughly 160 worker strike at Sysco in Indianapolis.
Because our customers are our most important thing, and none of us want to be out here. We want to take care of our customers.
The relationships that the majority of us, especially guys that have been here a significant amount of time, have developed with our customers. It's very, very important. We care about this place.
The strike partly aims to make a point about the value of these drivers and warehouse workers, as the Teamsters union says Sysco refuses to fairly negotiate employee contracts.
I want more time with my family, and I want to have reasonable standards to work to.
Trucks are overfilled, workers say, forcing drivers to make 14-plus hour delivery runs. Hours for warehouse workers, as well as wages and benefits, are also contract priorities. Sysco denies allegations of bad faith negotiations and says it offers top-of-the-market wages and benefits. Blame for the lack of a contract, they say, falls on union leaders.
This is the first time since I've been here that we've ever had to go on strike. They've always negotiated with the union, and this time they just don't want to do it.
After the Indianapolis strike began, Teamsters in Louisville, Kentucky also started striking against Sysco for similar reasons. In solidarity, a few locals in California have walked out too.
We are going to do everything and anything we can to protect our people. And if that means causing complete chaos in the Sysco system, we're going to do that.
For now, some customers must travel for hours from places like Evansville to pick up food in unrefrigerated personal vehicles.
Do the right thing, turn it around!
and a few non-union workers are still making deliveries in Sysco trucks, crossing the picket line as they drive past. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Adam Yahya Reyes.
And an Indiana woman who joined the movement to stop President Nixon from using nuclear weapons during the Vietnam War is part of a new PBS documentary. Molly Murphy has the story.
The Movement and the Madman tells the story of Mary Posner and other anti-war activists in 1969. Posner got her degrees from Ball State University and Indiana University and helped organize the Vietnam Moratorium Committee.
People were celebrating the landing on the moon in 1969, Woodstock in 1969, and in my view, the anti-war movement was the most important thing that happened in 1969.
In 1970, NBC came to Muncie to follow the protests and speak with 20-year-old Posner. At the time, the protesters didn't think they were making much of a difference. But decades later, the Pentagon Papers revealed that Nixon had been paying attention. Posner said this should inspire young people to keep working on current issues such as climate change and gun control.
People are concerned about these issues and they may be frustrated. They may think that what they're doing isn't having an impact, just like we didn't think we were having an impact. But in fact, they may be having a huge impact that they won't know about till maybe even 50 years later.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Molly Murphy.
That's the end of this program. Our work continues online, WTIUnews.org. Have a great weekend.
Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Smithville Fiber Internet, streaming TV, home security and automation in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Mallard Grodner Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis. LawMG.com. IU Center for Rural Engagement, extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnership with communities and organizations. Rural.indiana.edu. And by WTIU members. Thank you.